Hello, welcome to CityClips Live JHC series powered by JHCrip. Thanks for watching. I am going to do a quick update on how things are going with CityClips. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. If you have not, and if you have not heard about it, CityClips is all about aggregating news so that it's convenient for the modern day professional and to be able to consume, let's say, the need to know on a local and regional and global um, level. So we understand that everyone's going to get notifications through Google or even through Apple. There's multiple sources for global news, but we'll still like to tie in the global just because it provides more information and maybe if there's a relation or correlation to the local scene and how it impacts us. Um, that's why I like to provide that insight. And it's also good to know, just kind of nice to have that added insight on what's happening with business, tech, and lifestyle. And I always think about how to curate something that's relevant to us in the Southeast and especially here in Tallahassee. So it's not the easiest. After doing this for I don't know how many, it's like issue 15 today that we published. And that is approximately about 7 weeks now if we were to divide it. So 2 emails per week. That's almost, yeah, that's like getting close to 2 months. I can't believe it. It's definitely a huge challenge for me to keep up with on top of everything, but it's been a lot of fun. Ollie is out, MIA, you could say today. I told him he's welcome to hop on if he still has time. He had some last minute things come up, but I was happy to still hop on and just kind of give a quick update on how things are going. And I also wanted to, because I promised that we would announce winners today, or winner. We probably might as well have more than one winner. And talk about the giveaway because we are going to start ramping up like rewards for those who share a newsletter and those who sign up. So, I mean, shout out to Eddie with Ruvos and all the swag that they let us have. So they were very generous. Who wants one of these? These are great quality launch tally notebooks. And then we even have lanyards from Launch Tally from their initial event and launch. And so really cool stuff and stickers. Who wants a sticker? We can include it as part of, I mean, I love lanyards. I love collecting these things. Anyways, it looks like some people are watching. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, we're talking about CityClips. It's a newsletter, email newsletter for those of you who don't know, and it is free to sign up. And if you haven't already, sign up at cityclips.net and you can, it'll access to a form and then you can just hop on and then you'll start getting emails. It's all about Tallahassee news, business, tech, and lifestyle, captured in ideally 15 in a 5-minute read. So if you haven't heard already, that's what we're up to. And let me go ahead and start. I would love to. Oh yeah, here it is. If it'll let me. Hopefully I'm not frozen. My browser is frozen. Okay, let me see here. Okay, yes, my window is now kind of working. And yeah, there's slight delay. It freezes on me when I have to move some windows around. Let me just share this. I have a little spinner here. It's called the Wheel of Names, if you haven't heard of it already. And I'm just going to go ahead and share this first before I jump ahead and talk about ad campaigns. So maybe to make it a little bigger, let's see if it'll help make it bigger. I pulled in active users, and this is a really cool tool. You just Google literally Google Wheel of Names or Google Spinner, and then you can put in names to do a contest. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, let's see if they'll let me close that. Awesome. I will go ahead and just spin this. Boom! Kara, you win a prize. Exciting! I'll shoot an email out to you. Thanks for being a subscriber, and I will try to do this at least once a month. As soon as we have more prizes and get more, direction, because we'd love to get to the level of a rewards program for those who refer our email and for those who sign up. We would love, 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 love to get more people. Oh, hey, Mafe, thank you so much. Looks like you're over there in the Philippines. Yes, you are. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you can catch some of the show. Sounds like you're having an amazing time, and I'm seeing your pictures on Facebook. So really good to see you. Looking forward to our tea time, our next tea time. Yes. So if you haven't subscribed, Mafe, I don't know if I saw your name in the subscription list. Please do so, because I try to highlight everything that's going on. The top activities that you need to sign up, and especially if you're interested in business events, industry related events like local events, and then yeah, thank you. And also like sometimes entertainment shows that nobody knows that actually is happening in town. Like for some, like I stopped going to news outlets and media companies, sorry, just because I just stopped. I did not want to read depressing news. And also sometimes when I'll go to a website to read an article, like if you scroll through an article, you'll see ads upon ads, and then you just like, you get lost in navigating information. And so I like to consume email newsletters because it's less cluttered. I probably am subscribed to over 100 plus email newsletters. Thank you, Buff. I would love to have you subscribe, and so I can get your feedback too, because you know Tallahassee better than I do. So if we can get insight from actual local Tallahassee folks, and even those who moved from somewhere else and then moved to Tallahassee maybe 20 years ago, we love every perspective and we love feedback. So you probably know some hidden gems in town that nobody even knows about, a hidden hole in the wall that doesn't get a lot of publicity. So we'd love to highlight them, and we're in contact with community groups. We talked about it in our last show that we'll be reaching out to community groups. I already reached out to Jennifer at Tallahassee Foodies, and so yeah, we've at least, I know with Jessica at Fun for Telekids, we're going to place an ad. So I would say that that's another community reached. Our goal is probably between 5 and 10. And I'm going to be in talks with other groups that are organizing events for the coming year. Like, for example, Tech Alliance, they have a great event coming up in October. So we're trying to figure out, like, how can we be involved? And then I know JA's Alyssa, she mentioned that we need to reach out to her. So there's all kinds of people I need to follow up with. But anyhow, I will go ahead and open up one more thing, because and then I will talk about the campaign, ad campaigns. One of the plans that we have is like organic outreach, which is really important to try out. And then you get honest feedback from people that don't know you, that might be more, forthright. And so, yeah, I think it's important for anyone trying to advertise is to first invest in time in the content and see people's reactions and responses, and see where you get good feedback, and then that way you can actually throw money for something that will actually work. And so that's why we don't plan on heavily advertising initially, but we definitely are going to, because it's not a good strategy to only do organic content and not ads. on top of that or paired with that, because you're not going to get significant results if you don't do both. And I'd love to say that I was re-inspired to put more money towards advertising after finishing a book called, oh, I have it right next to me, 100 Million Leads. I just finished the audiobook within a span of 1 week, actually in a few days, because I couldn't stop listening. It was really good, by Alex Hormozy, and I've just been consuming his content lately. He's just so generous, provides a lot of insight, especially when it comes to online ads. So highly, highly recommend that book. And now that I have this open, I might as well share this. Here you go. I'm going to make this a short episode because I got all kinds of things I need to do too. Okay, so, oh, this will probably make it bigger too. It does this every time. Yes, now that the window is wider and I can zoom in, and I love this little format here. Let's see if it'll still, because I need to, I want to, oh, it does this thing. Oh. And yeah, in today's issue, I wanted to give a tribute out to the recent memorial that was unveiled yesterday. I got a chance to stop by and visit, and it was really beautiful. It was so well done. I had no clue so much effort was put into this, and I happened to learn about it through somebody sharing the event. And then I had a moment to be able to stop by and see the memorial, pay tribute and honor to those who lost their lives in 9/11, 2001. Crazy, I know. And I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of stories. And I recently even read an article, I didn't even know this, but almost 3,000 lives were lost that day, but apparently 6,000 lives were lost after that, for those who, had to rescue people but survived, or anyone else who was near the impact. And so, yeah, that was just like, it's mind-boggling. So yeah, go check out that memorial. Like I mentioned, I don't like to read depressing news, but I thought this was very important, not only to honor and respect those who paid a price, but also because this is a new memorial in Tallahassee. So I thought that was very important. And then I mentioned some things that were recently announced, some in the past month, about news that might have barely gotten any publicity. So I just wanted to highlight that. And then, of course, shout out to Women Wednesdays for being a feature partner. Sometimes I like to share some viral content, and you might not be able to rate it here in this video, but I thought it would be cool to still include some funny things. Like, this guy was floating on a unicorn floaty, and he apparently caught a shark, and then he was dragged from the shore near the coast, not too far from the coast, and then just like somehow he got lucky that somebody found him. So, and he was hooked to a large shark. So yeah, this video is going viral again. I did a search. I thought it happened recently, like this year, but apparently it was just a short that was reshared, and the original video was posted in 2018. So it's possible that your video can go viral and not everyone see it, unless it's completely like all over the media, for not so good reasons, like the drunk passenger on the airline. I forgot her name. I don't remember, but she had a major rant on the airline. You can Google that another time. So yeah, and then I thought, since there was an ongoing theme of goats, like literally greatest of all time, athletes and people in tech and entertainment, and they're always trending in the news somehow. And that would be a good theme for the national section or international section, to just highlight some goats. And then there seemed to be a tie to all of these headlines that I kept running into. So I thought, okay, that's cool. There are some other cool insights I'd like to highlight, like I found that there was a really cool website called On3. Never heard of them, but apparently they feature really great, insightful data on athletes, especially when it comes to NIL, name, image, likeness. So for those of you who aren't familiar with it, but more and more brands are considering the valuation of college athletes and being able to sponsor them and even just um, it doesn't even have to necessarily be college athletes. It applies to from anyone who reaches a certain status of well, it primarily applies to college students, but I think name, image, likeness really it could be anybody with a personal brand. So social media, for example, maybe you're not an athlete, but you have a huge following on social media, and that your personal brand that really like everyone has their own identity, and so because of social media and the industry and that growing the growing platforms of YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, now X, and Instagram, you can have leverage. And so, really, I think as much as people like to say name, image, likeness is mostly related to athletes just because of the leverage that they have with their unique skill set, I still think it also applies. It can apply to anyone who builds an online following with a personal brand. So, anyways, back to On3. I thought it was really cool, and they actually have a great filtering system. If you start poking around, you'll see that they have. I bumped into a really cool group. I think it's called Battles End Collective. I think of yeah. So this they were featured on that website, and they feature this is their group of FSU athletes on their website. Battles End. Never heard of them, and just by poking around, you learn new things. So they're representing a lot of really cool, talented athletes, including Jordan Travis, Trey Benson, making headlines. So that's a cool website. Go check them out. I love finding valuable, informational, insightful websites. And then, of course, last but not least, TLH events. And you can go check out what's happening this weekend. We try to highlight some of the same events, and there might be overlaps from some of the um, other issues, but it's because like people forget. So I figured might as well keep those dates in, and then it's also nice to see what's happening when. And then I like to highlight business and charity events because Tallahassee is all about charity and a big nonprofit town. So I'd like to start including government related events too, GovTech especially. So yeah, like I said, we announced our winner, Kara. Excited to send you what you would like. I'll go ahead and reach out to you directly, and please share our newsletter. Hope you like this one. We'd love to get some feedback. We will continue next time when we actually have some more updates related to ad campaigns. And I'll talk to Ali about that next time. We'll have a part 2. And making sure that I don't forget anything. Let me go ahead and remove this. My family will be happy when I stop this live because they are so done with me doing this at nighttime. But let me check. Let me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I sent it to. Oh yeah. The other thing I wanted to do was feature some newsletters I really like. This is where I get sucked in. It's just like I really just like reading. My curiosity gets the best of me. So like it probably could take me, a couple hours to curate, put the newsletter content into MailChimp, but I just I just keep reading and I keep looking and I keep researching. And so it takes me a little bit longer than I should, but and hence the sometimes later published times. But I'm finally training my team and finally getting them to get acquainted with my process, and then it'll speed things up. I cannot wait. And here, because I thought it looks like um I did. I mean, I believe I emailed an example to. I sent a list, but oh well. Okay, so much for that. It was just a list of ideas and topics that Ali and I were going to cover. So I did not send it to myself. I sent it to him only, but we'll do with that. And at least we announced our winner. I showed you today's email newsletter. Shout out to the partner of the month, Women Wednesdays. The link to sign up, you go to Women Wednesdays you can actually go to their website, but click on that here. Yeah, let's highlight their website. If you want to learn more all about them, they have hundreds of members, and then they also have thousands of the member. I mean, it's not just the Tallahassee community, but I believe it's a pretty wide network reach regionally, and some even outside of the region. So Barbara's done a great job growing this, and I highly recommend joining this really awesome group of community of women. I am a member myself. If you are interested in learning more about them, check out their website, check out the team, reach out to the team, connect with all of us. Here's the team here under womenwednesdays.com/team. We are cooking up some other things happening soon since the fall season has started. And that's that. Maybe we'll have Barbara soon on for my Jewish Creative and Friends Live. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This was fun. I'll talk to you guys later. And see you next time.